Let's now go to the tab called Tables. This is a list. I can tell that because I'm clicked on it and none of the tools are available that are normally associated with tables. Let's turn this into a table. I'll go Insert Table. Yes, that's the whole area that I want, and my table has headers. I'll say OK. Now we have a table. I'll also add a total row down here at the bottom. And I'm going to do sum. And let's do count here. I guess it was already on count. And notice my table is called Table 5. Let's give it a more informative name, maybe Agent Sales. All one word, and I hit enter. Clicking on the cell, you'll notice that it has a formula, subtotal. The 109 means that it's summing. And what is it summing? It's summing the column called list price. I can also do a count, and it has a number 103. As we drop these down, you'll see the various combinations of things that can be in it. Let's take this subtotal and copy it, and notice it doesn't include the table name. I'm going to come up to the top here somewhere and paste this. There's my subtotal, but it has now subtotal 109, comma, agent sales list price. So it's including the table name and then in square brackets the column that it's looking at. Let's call this one filtered. And the next one, let's call unfiltered. And this is the total. Let's filter this just for South County. And you see the total amount. They have $11,354,000 some odd dollars as the sales list price. So that means anywhere in the workbook we could do subtotal, and the agent sales refer to this particular table, the list price, and sum it up. And it would show what has been filtered or not filtered in that table. If we want to show everything unfiltered, then we would use a normal command such as sum. And we would want to show what it is. I called it agent sales, so I would click on that and hit tab. And then I use the right square brackets to pick which part I want. In this case, I'm going to choose list price and close that off. And I have the sum. Let's make this look a little bit more reasonable. So unfiltered, we have over $38.5 million in property. Whereas we filter that only for South County, it gives us $11,354,000 some odd dollars. Let's also try something else. Maybe take the maximum amount. Now, I can start from scratch, or I could copy both of these down and just make the difference that's shown. We said the only thing that is different is this number. So I'll take that out, and you can see now I can choose 4. I can either type that in or click on max, and it gives me the maximum amount in the South County, or I can change sum to max, and for everything, the highest priced house is $1.2 million. Next, let's talk about adding new data to our table. Typically, if I have a table and I want to add a new row, if I'm down here in the last one, I hit the tab key and it won't let me do it in this case because it's filtered. So we better first unfilter our data. Now, going to the bottom, I would hit the tab key and it inserts a new row. I can copy data, paste in there just to make it faster, and then come down here and tab to enter another row. Thus I can add new rows of data to my table, which will then automatically be included when I do charts or data tables. Let me remove this last row. It is also easy to create new columns for our data. Coming up here, right next to the columns I'm in, let's put some additional information there. Maybe I would like the cost per square foot. That would be the list price divided by the number of square feet. Notice I can hit the equal key, list price, and it shows the data table's name for list price. I also could have just typed in D9. I'll hit the slash and the square feet and enter. It has created that column for every record in the data table. Let's maybe change the name to reflect that. Square foot cost. Maybe you would like to show how each house compares to the highest priced unit in its category, or the way it has been filtered. I'll come over here and click on this cell and say equals whatever this value is divided by, and I could either write the formula in or just click on this cell up above. I'm going to make that absolute though by hitting the F4 key. Now it's created a column that shows the percentage of that house compared to the highest one in the category. Let's turn this into a percent. Notice I used up above here to do that. I could have also hit Control, Shift, and the percent key to make that happen. Now we better rename this percent of max. So let's see how this works. Notice this one here, 17% of the highest house, but that's this one for 1.2 million. What if I came over here and filtered out everything except for South County? And I'll see that that's changed because now the maximum is 574,900. A lot of tools are available to help us with tables.